Westfield Fashion Square is a shopping mall in the Sherman Oaks and Van Nuys area that opened in 1962. Were you a kid, teenager, adult, parent, or grandparent living in Southern California and would frequent those malls in your area? Were you a mall rat like me where you spent your formative years people watching, socializing, or shopping at those iconic malls? Let's take a stroll down memory lane and relive those moments of yesteryears. So let's take a deep dive into the history of that mall in your neighborhood. Please leave a comment or a memory of this mall and stay tuned until the end. I want to see if you were paying attention to my video. Thanks. The second Bullock's-built Fashion Square Mall was located in Los Angeles' San Fernando Valley, 14 miles northwest of downtown LA in the community of Sherman Oaks. Bullock's Fashion Square was built on a 20.7-acre site, previously occupied by the McKinley Home for Boys. The plot was adjacent to the Ventura Freeway 101, which had been completed through the valley in 1960. The Bullock's Fashion Square was designed by Los Angeles-based Welton Beckett & Associates and Burke, Kober & Nicolai firms. 3 initial tenants opened for business on April 22, 1962. This included a 5-level, 309,000 square foot Bullock's San Fernando Valley, a 2-level, 55,000 square foot I Magnin, and a single-level, 20,000 square foot Desmond's. 31 stores opened for business. These included Draper's Ladies Wear, Country Club Fashion, Cy Devore Menswear, Tautoggery, the Jolly Roger Restaurant, and a freestanding 18,000 square foot Westward Ho Market grocery. The mall was the first of the 4 Bullock's Fashion Square developments to include a La Casita, a little house, community center. An adjacent shopping center was completed in the mid-1960s. Glendale Federal Plaza spanned approximately 157,000 leasable square feet and included 2 banks and office spaces. On September 8, 1966, a 2-level, 30,000 square foot Joseph Magnin opened. The first expansion of the Fashion Square was formally announced in April of 1976. A 3-level, 183,000 square foot The Broadway would be built on the west end of the complex. This store held its grand opening on November 5, 1977. In 1981, Desmond's closed. 2 store blocks were added between the existing mall and the new Broadway. Moreover, the 2 parking garages were built. These modifications increased the leasable area of the mall, now promoted as the Fashion Square Sherman Oaks. It encompassed approximately 682,000 leasable square feet with a roster of 55 stores and services. In 1984, Joseph Magnin closed. Work on a $50 million renovation and expansion commenced in June of 1988. The shopping center structure was enclosed with a second level of retail stores added. The newly refurbished shopping venue was dedicated on September 8, 1990. It housed around 850,000 leasable square feet and 135 stores. These included Ann Taylor, Limited Express, Williams-Sonoma, and a second-level food court. The center suffered major damage from the Northridge earthquake on January 17, 1994. The upper level of the Bullocks collapsed and the Broadway had extensive damage from ruptured water mains. The Broadway was the first of the anchor stores to reopen. 2 levels resumed business on July 2, 1994, and Level 3 reopened later in the same year. 2 floors of the Bullocks building reopened on June 9, 1994. Floor 3 returned to operation in July, with Floor 4 reopening in October of the same year. The Westfield Fashion Square was featured in the movie Clueless. The escalator that Cher and Christian rode in on the scene is located in the eastern portion of the mall, on the Macy's side of the center, directly outside of Williams-Sonoma and Zara. Ty's near-death experience took place just across from the escalator, outside of what is now Foot Locker. In 1995, I-Magnin closed. By this time, the Fashion Square Sherman Oaks had become one of LA's most trendy shopping malls, eclipsing all of the shopping centers in the vicinity. The mall would be renamed Fashion Square Sherman Oaks. In 1994, in the season 5 episode of Beverly Hills 90210 titled Christmas Comes This Time Each Year, the mall was where both Andrea Zuckerman Vasquez and Jesse Vasquez tried to get their baby to pose for a photo with Santa, and also where Donna Martin shopped with Luann Pruitt. On April 29, 1996, Bullocks closed. It would reopen as Macy's. On November 16th, the Broadway, which had expanded to 220,000 square feet, closed. It reopened as Bloomingdale's. In December of 2002, Australia-based Westfield acquired a share in American Properties owned by Radamco. The co-owner of the mall, London-based Prudential plc, retained their half interest. In 2004, in the season 4 episode of Malcolm in the Middle titled If Boys Were Girls, the no last name family headed to Westfield Fashion Square to do some shopping. The mall also appeared in the first season of Desperate Housewives titled Move On. Fashion Square was where Gabby took a low-budget modeling job. Westfield renamed the venue Westfield Shoppingtown Fashion Square in early 2003, and then changed it again to Westfield Fashion Square in June of 2005. In 2005, the mall was where Michael Scott took Dunder Mifflin's Fairer Sex in the season 3 episode of The Office titled Women's Appreciation. The mall was given an interior upgrade in the 2010s. Work commenced on the existing food court in November of 2011. It re-emerged as a dining terrace on May 18, 2012. Meanwhile, the new tile floors, lighting, and landscaping were installed throughout the mall. The mall was featured in 2011 that showed Tina Cohen Chang falling into the fountain in season 3 episode of Glee titled Props. Stores such as Shea Salon and Spa, Kiehl's Skincare Boutique, and Forever 21 joined the tenant roster. Work was completed in November of 2013. Westfield Fashion Square now spanned 864,000 leasable square feet and contained 145 stores and services. In 2016, Ellen and Britney Spears decided what it is like to be a celebrity when they decided to peruse the mall and test their celebrity-ness bit. Today, the 2-level, 850,000 square foot mall has over 140 stores and services and is anchored by Bloomingdale's as well as Macy's. Congratulations, you made it this far into the video.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed in this mall? So if your answer is 5, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.